And fall in, my fellow Scout Troopers. I am Micka here from Scouts of Entertainment. Glad to have you with me today. We are at 3rd Age Reforged at Adoras. A good 3v2 siege today, sent to me by Stregg4, one of 3 attacking armies today, who's commanding Isengard before us. Now, if you guys want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, you can send it to my email at scoutsofentertainment@gmail.com. You can post it to me directly on Discord. You can join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, and post it there. Or you can simply tag me in the replay you post on the 3rd Age Reforged Discord as well. And with that, let's go through the army comps as you know. So, going through Stregg's army here, we've got some Uruk-hai pikemen on either side here. He's just covering his ass, of course. It has been a common tactic for the map of Adoras for the defenders to sally out some cavalry. Just trying to hammer the flanks or the rears, or the more vulnerable units of the army if an attacking player, in this case, is a little bit careless and sends his crossbows or archers up first unprotected. So, you know, defenders always try to capitalize on things like that. Next we have some Uruk-hai raiders. A little bit. This is the weak spot, obviously, to attack from if you had cavalry, because well, cavalry run these guys down like they were nothing. You have some Uruk-hai berserkers. We have some guards of war tank, Uruk-hai infantry, about 2 or 3 units there of them. Got some half-orc vanguard, Uruk-hai reavers. So this will be part of the first wave, no doubt. We've got 2 units of reavers here. So we've got some Uruk-hai crossbows as well. Then up just to try and provide some cover, I suppose, to the reavers to a degree. But if the Rohan troops, in this case, have plenty of archers on standby, they should be able to hammer those crossbows and drive them back long before they're effective. But I don't see any archers for Rohan in the immediate vicinity. And obviously, Valcarion is commanding them. We'll get to Valcarion's army in a minute. I might just pause it there because it looks like Stregg is about to fire on him. We got a few battering rams there, so he's bringing up a couple of reserves, I suppose, just in case. Got Trolls of the White Hand. You've already commented on the infantry there. Nazgul is somewhere embedded in here, I would bet. And I'll try and find them later, I reckon. Just double check. No, they're there. They're right there. Okay, good. Alright, next we have Dunland, commanded by Beastie70, who's got some Rise of War Tank and some War Griders as well. Don't know how he's planning to use the War Griders. Rise of War Tank does make sense because obviously they're crossbows on horseback, and any crossbow unit can help you out of a jam in any circumstance, really. But obviously they won't be too good to him once they're in melee mode. We have over here some Dunland clansmen. This is actually a second Isengard army commanded by Diego Riel Etoremos, who has some Dunland clansmen here. Uruk-hai raiders, yep. Dunland clansmen again. Uruk-hai raiders and more clansmen. We have over here Uruk-hai pikes, infantry, crossbows, more crossbows, Nazgul infantry again. Uruk-hai pikemen, looks to be 3 units now total. Raiders, infantry again. And I think it's the same crossbow unit we saw earlier. We've got some Saga skirmishers, Uruk-hai berserkers, and more skirmishers. Champions of the White Hand as well. I didn't see any Saga skirmishers there for Stregg, so it's a little bit strange. Because in this kind of battle, you think you want to bring Saga skirmishers because your enemy is elevated. You know, you've got plenty of hills here to take advantage of. Your enemy will be elevated. Your Saga can fire over the heads of your friendly forces, hit the, I suppose, the defending troops, protecting the choke point, protecting the path. So for Stregg not to bring Saga skirmishers is a bit of a gamble. With that, we'll move on to Beastie's army, who has obviously some half-orc vanguard, Dunland of course, half-orc spearmen, Dunland veterans, a couple units there, 3 now total, make that 4. Half-orc spearguard. We've got some Dunland hunters over here, clansmen, hunters, and more clansmen. Again, a little bit of a small army there for Dunland, but maybe a lot of his money would have gone into the Spears of War Tank and Rise of War Tank, I was thinking there. So maybe that's why. With that, let's go through the defenders here. We have Valcarion, we saw earlier, who has some Eastmark Spearmen, some Westmark Spearmen, a couple of units there. More Riddermark Spearmen, 2 units there, make that 3. 2 units here, Riddermark Axemen. Westmark Infantry, 2 more units there, make that 3. Eastmark Spearmen, so you have 2 Rohan armies coming by Tweakac is the second one. Some Eastmark Spearmen there for him. Westmark Infantry, 1 unit there. Riddermark Axemen, more Spearmen there, and some Halmingas. Now Tweakac, gotta get these guys on the move. Just has to run them a short distance, but probably needs to spread them out about along this road here, so they can fly into the Uruk-hai crossbows. Obviously Valcarion needs to get these troops out of there. They're exposed to those crossbows. They won't be able to return fire, do anything. They'll just be there taking damage and dying. So it's in Valcarion's best interest to hightail it out of there and get some missile units down here, at least until Isengard breaks through. Then he can just fall back and send in his infantry, but by then he'll have his own missile units behind the infantry, firing into Streg's crossbows here. Just to sort of do damage, get kills, relieve the pressure on Valcarion's forces, because no doubt the crossbows will start shooting them any minute now. We have over here some Riddermark Axemen, Shieldmanes Rohan, Medusa Guard, Helms Hammers, Westmark Marshals there, 2 units belonging to Tweakac, 1 belonging to Valcarion, I think. Yeah. We have another unit of Halmingas here. Wrong place for the Halmingas or any archers. Archers need to be deployed around the city, around the second tier areas of the city, not the citadel. We have over here, yeah, two units here, Riddermark Archers, Halmingas, we saw 2 units up here, make that 3 actually. Some Helms Hammers, Shieldmanes Rohan, looks to be maybe 1 unit of them. Some Medusa Guard for Valcarion. We've got a rear guard here of Eastmark Spearmen and Riddermark Axemen. These guys here will just be left in case the enemy tries to come this way. If not, then eventually Rohan will just bring their forces up to the citadel to help with the last stand defense, no doubt. And with that, let's get underway today. Enjoy! Now I'm just waiting for this to start saying reloading, so that's when they're going to start firing. Yep, there we go. Okay, he's about to fire. Valcarion is not reacting to it. Given that we have the Riddermark Spearmen here closest, probably will go for them. Dunland Hunters are firing on the Tweakac's forces. Alright, we've got the second unit of crossbow. No, Uruk-hai Archers, okay. They're hitting 3 units here of Valcarion. So if I'm Streg, I'm targeting the Westmark Spearmen in the middle there. That way the arrows will spread out, hit all 3 units at the same time. You know, you want to try and get as much cover on all enemy units as you can. I think that's exactly what he's doing, because I'm seeing arrows hit everybody here. But Valcarion, you gotta get your ass into gear, mate. Get your troops moving. Now, Streg here, yeah, he's gonna bring up his other battering rams, of course, because you can knock down the walls here with the battering rams. I sometimes forget that. That's why I don't bring siege towers. You got Westmark Spearmen here, taking some damage, losing a few men. They are in shield wall formation, so this will actually help. Balance of power seriously in favour of the attackers. They're not liking Rohan's chances here today. Bit harsh. You know, Diego's almost at his side of the city. Dunland doesn't need to open too many choke points. I mean, Rohan's pretty much surrendered the outer area to him. So if he wanted to, he could send up his forces here and start attacking the front lines and just bringing up his missile units inside the city so he can shoot at the Rohan forces on top of the hill there. I mean, I think that'd be a good idea. Shoot at the reserves that Rohan decides to send down. And it's not like he's it's not like Rohan's really set up to repel him or stop or shoot his archers as he moves into the city, you know? I mean, Dunland here has free reign to move in his missile units at will. And he can get them in position and ready to shoot Rohan in the event Rohan sees his mistake and tries to put his archers here. Because then he's got to move his infantry out of the way. It'll take time, you know. Well, we'll see what they do eventually. We've got Eastmark Spearmen here, throwing their javelins. This is actually pretty cool. I'm not sure why Streg brought his crossbows in range of the javelins, because they were doing just fine shooting where they were. I mean, they didn't even have the angle. His goal, though, was probably to station or set up his crossbows on this little hill here. That way they could shoot and arc their bolts straight into the infantry from where they are. Like, obviously, he's gone for a better angle, but Rohan's just getting ready to repel him, or he's got the units in place to kill that idea. Literally. I mean, who can the Uruk-hai really hit where they are? I suppose we'll see soon enough. Now, Eastmark Spearmen will be able to hit them once they're in this area here. And Streak's got them in tight formation. Now, crossbows managed to run out of range just in time. Yeah, they got to get that battering ram moving. Or not. Okay, so Daggle and Beastie appear to be waiting for Streg to make the first move. Oh no, Tweakac has some Riddermark skirmishes over here. And they're just targeting the Uruk-hai pikemen. The trolls here might be able to catch that cavalry. Got some Riddermark skirmishes over there. They're being pursued by the Dunland cavalry. I completely forgot about them for a second. I was so focused on the battle of the interior, didn't realise the battle of the exterior. Looks like Rohan 2 units here, Riddermark skirmishes. Rise of Warthank are keeping pace here. But look, they're not even coming up on the map. And Riddermark skirmishes are not broken. They are just invisible. Look how far they're scattered over the map.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Well, it's no contest. Yeah, they've caught him. I don't think they'll be able to kill a unit for a little while. Oh, there's the triangle. It's just appeared. Okay, Reavers have started. Eastmark Spearmen hammering the Reavers. Uruk-hai Berserkers thinking about going in the first wave. This is where the Eastmark Spearmen need to be used. I mean, to be given the... This is basically a gift for Rohan. But Valcarion's out of javelins. He needs another unit. Does he have any? He does. He's got one right in position. Nicely elevated. Should be able to fire on them. But they're not right now. And they're being attacked by the Uruk-hai Reavers. So Valcarion needs to get a move on here. He's got to start shooting his javelins into those Berserkers. I mean, we've got the Uruk-hai crossbows at 48. They're hammering the Eastmark Spearmen over there. Westmark Marshals, they shouldn't be joining the attack here to defend the gate. I think the Berserkers were clearing a path, making it easier for the Eastmark Spearmen to shoot them. Now that's a bit more difficult. I mean, now his choices, I suppose, will be to shoot the Uruk-hai infantry. But, you know, you still want to favour shooting the Berserkers above the Uruk-hai infantry. The Berserkers are a far greater threat in melee, because obviously Rohan has mostly melee forces. And Isengard will be forced to fight their way up the hill and will need the quality of the melee troops to get up that hill and to cut through the Rohan forces. The Berserkers are definitely the unit you want to take down in Isengard's roster. That's been aside from Nazgûl, of course, but Streg is not crazy enough to send them in the first wave. I'm surprised he sent the Berserkers in, to be honest, but it's not the Nazgûl. And I think people would only send Nazgûl in as part of the first wave if they had 2 of them in their army. You know, because the first one's a throwaway. Obviously you want to do well with it, but you feel like you can be a little bit less reserved with them. Now he's trying to fire on them with his Mingus, getting some hits, but there is a little bit of friendly fire there. Eastmark Spearmen is loading up. He has to be trying to hit the Berserkers, because it's just Uruk-hai crossbows out of ammunition. Berserkers down to 57, so they haven't taken too many casualties. Down to 51. Let's have a look at Dunland. What's he up to? He's not coming over here just yet. He could. Tweakac is sending some Helmingus over here. That's a strange move, especially if they have ammunition still. Snugger skirmishers, so they're getting ready to fire. We've got Medusal. Is that Westmark? No, it's Westmark infantry. Okay. Can the Snarger actually hit them? No, I guess that answers that question. Dunland has a lot of his forces way back there. He should bring them closer. I'm not sure why he's keeping them so far back. It's not like the Rohan forces have any artillery. I mean, there's no archers nearby. Helmingus are firing. They're firing directly into the back here of the Isengard forces. You've got Nazgahai, he's sending them in, but you know, to be fair, that's part of his last wave. He doesn't have too many troops left out here. We've got Shieldmans of Rohan about to bring down their axes. Hopefully they can, well in Rohan's case here, shoot the Nazgahai where they are. Javelins can hit targets easier than axe throwers. We'll see. At the very least, he can throw them into the flank of the Reforged Vanguard and Roka infantry in the area. But Rohan's confident they can hold the area. They're sending down another few units here, reinforcements. Yeah, okay, they're going after the Nazgahai. Helmingus here broken. Is it because of Dunland? Yep, here comes Dunland. Nazgahai down to 31. Trolls of the White Hand are down to 2, so they've copped it a bit. They're very determined to kill the Nazgahai. Usually the general is put in this unit. We've got the Shieldman's Rohan still throwing their axes. They're just not running out of ammunition, are they? It's just like, no more, no more. Okay, Dunland forces here broken. He's about to lose this unit too once he gets outflanked. Tweakac needs to about face his Westmark infantry immediately. Move in, shut down the Dunland veterans, and then together with the Westmark marshals rejoin the defence here at the gate. Or at the choke point. We've got Urukai pikemen here, we've got some Riddermark axemen, we've also got some Eastmark spearmen here which haven't thrown their javelins. And Tweakac is attacking them in a position that does enable the S-Marksman to get some nice fire there into the pikeman's flank. Down to 1817, 116. Down to 82 now. Lost almost 40. He's still not done.
Battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
64 now. So how's Diego doing over here? No, he hasn't really begun his attack, has he? The shield man's here being shot at by the rise of Orthanc. Snagger skirmishers are just pelting these guys. Westmark marshals. Tweakac crossbows firing away a little bit. We've got two attackers being very aggressive and one not being too aggressive, but is joining the attack of Dunland, so he is supporting him. It looked like most of his army was still outside, but looks like Diego's moved in. Looks like Diego just had a huge army. Helm's Hammers here, trying to fight off the Black Waltz, Half-Orc Vanguard, and Uruk-hai Infantry, Uruk-hai Pikemen. That's just too much. I mean, they're falling pretty fast now. Helm's Hammers will stand their ground to the very end, but it won't be enough. And there should be some Helmingus or Rimrock archers here to take advantage of this huge blob. Once it breaks through, most of the Helm's Hammers here are mostly dead, so any fire coming down here would mostly hit their target, or the correct target. But no Rohan forces bringing up their archers. Yeah, that's a shame. 55 to 50. Medusa Guard is going to try and obviously bring down Champions of the White Hand. They got off one volley. Medusa Guard should have pressed the attack. They had those guys wavering, shaking in their boots. You got Guards of Orthanc at 59. Unfortunately, Rohan's out of javelins here, and he's out of forces in the area. I'm not seeing, no reinforcements being sent down there. Rimrock Axemen, which are broken before but have since reformed. See, Valcarion has plenty of archers here he could be using to shoot at Diego's forces down there, nicely all clumped up together. But I'm just not seeing them do it. Shieldman's Rohan even can do the same. They can run down to here. Got a nice firing line there on the infantry and pikemen as well. Anything they can do to take down decent troops of the enemy, you take them down. Don't give them a pass. Most of Tweakac's forces here have been defeated. Helmingus will hold here for about 5 minutes or so before they're overwhelmed. The shieldmans were firing down below, but they're being recalled.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
What about, Medusa Guard is going? He could be hitting the Uruk-hai Berserkers. Well, he's going after somebody else, maybe. No, Shieldman's gonna hit him.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Okay, well, they're trying to hit them. I guess the idea is he's targeting the rear ranks in the hope that some of those axes will be able to hit the berserkers. $17,000 frames left. About 10,000 frames left. Helm's hammers are being sent in. I would have thought they would save these guys to the last stand if need be. Looks like I've got the Uruk-hai crossbow shooting at him though. Axe throwers, the shieldmans are firing to the snugger skirmishers. I mean, Helm's hammers, Westmark marshals. Their units are obviously worth shooting. Rohan's holding their ground well there. Losing it here. But Rohan can be forced to... Rohan can give that up. We've got Westmark infantry here, outflanking the Isengard forces of Streeg. Or Stegri 4. So 71 to 73, it's pretty darn close. Unfortunately, Stegri is out of troops. He can no longer outflank his opponent. Rohan has him over here. And this actually makes things a bit more challenging for the attackers, because if they don't send forces around the bend here, they can only come up the Rohan forces from 2 choke points instead of 4, 3 or 4. But actually, Beastie might have actually opened a little can of worms here. If he can get Dunland forces here into the backs of the Westmark Marshals, he can defeat these guys here. He's got to send up 2 units, one to hold these Westmark Marshals back, and another one to outflank these ones here. He's setting up the War Riders into melee combat. Ah, crossbow fire there, right in the flank there of Westmark Marshals. We've got Halmingus there. Looks to be a unit with full ammunition. I don't know if they've fired just yet up until now. The shieldbands here going toe to toe with the Black Wolds and the Dunland veterans. Snugger skirmish is broken, fighting to the death. Uruk-hai pikemen copying it there from the Medusal Guard. You see, Valcarion probably should have pulled back that when he saw the Uruk-hai crossbows fire into the flank of the Westmark Marshals. They're one of Rohan's best melee units and not one he wants to lose to crossbows. I mean, the fighting pikemen, after all, they're already at a disadvantage. The Westmark Marshals needs to pull back, possibly trying to fight them here, and allow the Halmingus over there to shoot the Uruk-hai pikemen from their flank. I mean, Valcarion has an opportunity here to turn what's seemingly a bad situation into a good situation. He can use the terrain to his advantage, but he's just not doing so right now. I mean, these most smart marshals should pull back first, and then these ones here should have followed back up the hill. That would have forced Isengard to move forward, and Rohan could have halted them at the bend here, or at the crest of the hill here, and then Valcarion could have just had at him right from the flank. And there would have been nothing that Isengard could have done about it. It's possible Isengard could have mounted a counter strike or like a counter missile fire from here, potentially. Put the crossbows here, they could shoot over there. But until then, the advantage would lie with Rohan.
Our general has been captured.
Okay, Stegria 4 has lost his general.
Defeating our foe.
The Trollster Axo is here, getting annihilated. The arrows here are finding them mark the terrain, offering little protection there to the Trollster Axo is a little bit surprising. Okay, there goes one of our heroes of the Golden Hall. Did he just get taken out? No, he didn't. He was in combat. Okay, so Tweakac has lost his general. Westmark Marshals should be able to inflict a few casualties, do a lot of damage to this unit. Basically render it useless for the final fight. Rohan's got enough to do to render that. Useless, as I was saying. We've got 12 Riddermark Axemen here, broken through. The Black Bolt's here, being defeated by the Shield Maidens of Rohan. Okay, Isengard has good cover where they are right now. They probably are better off just letting Valcarion waste ammunition. Pretty much all those arrows there going right into the top of the hill. '88 to '85. Okay, BC sends some Half-Orc Vanguard over here, but he's up against the Medusa Guard, as well as some Eastmark Spearmen. Medusa Guard, they're down to 11, so all the forces here are heavily damaged. Half-Orc Vanguard has a decent chance to win this fight. And if he does, Rohan will have to send forces over here to hold them in place. We've got some Riddermark Axemen. That unit of 12 maybe we saw earlier. And we've got some Spears of Orthanc here getting some great shots into Rohan over here. Unfortunately, they're just archers, but better than nothing. Kills are kills, after all. More fire there from the Isengard crossbows. You'd think Valcarion would not repeat the same mistake twice. He's sending his Westmark Marshals to receive the same fire the Westmark Marshals were receiving before on their flank. I don't think the Isengard forces here need any help there for the Spears of Orthanc. Over here though, they've got a nice angle here on the Helmingus. They probably should fire 1 or 2 volleys into them, just to sort of weaken them, do a little bit of damage. Not focus on kills, but just focus on doing some damage. So the Isengard and Dunland forces here can get through this area pretty quickly and get straight into the final fight. All those arrows coming at him. Spears of Orthanc obviously have decent armor. Medusa Guard here, It looks like he was trying to find the Isengard flank. Not a bad idea. I reckon he could get 1 or 2 volleys off. I mean, they look pretty locked in combat there with the Hummingus. 90 to 91. Now, Rohan's wasting way too much ammunition trying to take down Spears of Orthanc there. They're too far away. We've got Nazgûl High here as well. So we've got 2 elites here from 2 different factions. So that's Diego's men. I think Stegre's finished. It's up to Diego and Beastie now. I often find myself in shoes of Stegre anyway, so don't worry too much about that, Steg. I sometimes find my armies get destroyed before my allies as well. Diego trying to be sneaky, setting up the Nazgûl High, so he wants an effective strike at the rear. And he's going to actually get to the Golden Hall with little to no opposition. Hopefully the Rohan forces see what he's trying to do and sending a unit back there. Could be where the Medicinal Guard is going. Probably move those Rohan archers a bit closer to the ledge. Most of the arrows are finding their mark, but anything you can do to improve your chances of getting more hits on the enemy, you should always try to do that. Now, Medicinal Guard here, try and help the Rohan forces win here, but in doing so they're going to use up all their javelins, and potentially they might not have enough left to defeat the Nazgûl High. And they're out of ammunition. We've got Urquhart crossbows here, shooting these guys in the backs, the Helmingus. Hufflepuff Vanguard here down to 47. They've been fighting mostly for a very long time on their own. The Spears of Orthanc haven't gone away. All the time being shot at, and they've only lost 1 man since we last saw them. I keep waiting to see the Nazgûl High come around the bend. They're there. I think that's a star you see in the northeast. $94 to 95. Given how many troops Isengard has left here, it's a little hard to believe that those are the stats. With some Eastmark spewing here, all those forces there are broken. Nazgûl High are almost up here, and there is nothing to stop them, so attackers are definitely going to take this one at this point. We've got 85 pikemen. I probably will times 2 speed it. It's just going to be a slow grind to the end. Just keep your eyes open for those Nazgûl High coming out of the gate there. It's like stab, stab, slash, stab, stab, slash. There he goes. That's for kicking me in the balls. And there's the Spears of Orthanc. And who knows, maybe the Nazgûl High won't get here before Rohan's defeated. Oh, they'll get you.
Our men are in command of the fort.
That's alright. Rohan fought well, but was not enough. And Theoden fell to the half-orc vanguard. And well done to Stegri 4 and his team on their victory. So, Stegri here 1172, Diego, Rio Etredemos 1179, Beastie 70, 1103, Valcarion 2871, and Tweakac 3084. It's a shame you can't see Rohan's kills. We have the Guards of Orthanc here 178, we have the Urkai crossbow 139 to 98, and the rest of his forces here range from 22 to roughly 93, 98. So that's alright. We have Diego here, and he's got Urkai infantry. 1 unit there getting over 100 kills, 2 getting 80, 149. Berserkers 61. How did Steg's Berserkers go? 43. Well, they got hammered there by the javelins, so that's why that happened. Urkai crossbows there, 120, 117. Stagger skirmishes, 98 to 124. So Diego using his skirmishes very well there. And I'm sure Beastie did very well too, but we can't see his kill counts because he was Dunland. And that is that. So if you guys want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, you know what to do. You can send it to my email at scoutsentertainment@gmail.com. You can send it to me directly on Discord. And you can post it to my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, be part of our community as well. Or you can simply tag me in the replay you post on the Donate Reforged Discord as well. This is Micka from Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye, my fellow Scout Troopers. Catch you in the next Total War battle.